Welcome back to the channel, guys. So we know that some persons are still trying to come to terms with the news that Jamaica-born business mogul Lowell Hawthorne committed suicide in his Bronx factory over the weekend. Some persons immediately started theorizing and making suggestions that he was set up and the system wanted him, and many persons were saying a lot of things. Some persons saying it might be depression, it might be the stress of the business, it might be, some people even say STD, some people even say marital issues. You understand? I did not want to speculate. I was more than willing to be patient and wait till more information become available or in the public domain. Now we're seeing where different news agencies in the States are suggesting that he had committed suicide largely based on supposed investigation that was being led by the US federal government in tax evasions. This is a bit of perspective. Golden Krust CEO committed suicide amid fears of tax probe. The New York Post is reporting that founder and owner of Golden Krust Caribbean Bakery and Grill, Lowell Hawthorne, killed himself amid fears the authorities were investigating him for evading millions of dollars in tax. The Post says a family member told detectives that the 57-year-old admitted the huge tax debt to some of his relatives. Surveillance video shows Hawthorne shooting himself in the head at his office inside the Golden Krust Bakery and warehouse in the Bronx. Lowell, a married father of 3 sons and a daughter, was found on the floor of his office with a single bullet wound to his head and a handgun lying nearby. Hawthorne employed dozens of relatives at the business he started in 1989. According to the report, a source in law enforcement also says Hawthorne was acting funny and talking to himself in the hours before his death. He reportedly left a note in which he apologized to relatives before committing suicide. Reports also suggest that Hawthorne was being sued by a former worker for alleged unpaid overtime wages. Hawthorne migrated from Jamaica to the United States and started his successful Caribbean fast food chain in 1989 by selling Jamaican beef patties, jerk chicken and breads. He built the business into a national franchise with more than 120 restaurants in 9 states. Hawthorne once appeared in an episode of CBS's Undercover Boss. At the time of his death, his company was planning on building a new US $37 million headquarters in Rockland County. With 122 branches in 9 states, 1,800 employees, and more than US $100 million in gross annual sales, it begs the question, was death the best outcome?
Beat and teach, so beat and teach, so beat and teach, 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 you beat and teach.
So peeps, irrespective of what might have led to Lowell killing himself, it is very unfortunate. He has been a very productive and positive son of the soil. Even though his business was based in America, he would have still helped countless Jamaicans to make a living for themselves and their family overseas, and would have assisted countless Jamaicans back home. You understand? He has turned a dream into generational wealth, and we have to give credit for that. So it's very unfortunate, and it is even sadder that he took his life. You understand? If the reports are to be believed, because some people still don't believe that. You understand? One news article is saying that there is surveillance footage of him actually shooting himself in the head in his office. You understand? I would like to see those clips. See, and there's also allegation that he left a note apologizing to family members. The report is also suggesting that family members have admitted that he has admitted to them that he was on the investigation for tax evasion, whole heap of US millions. I don't know the exact figure, but I have a couple of questions. This is a company that has about 122 branches in about 9 states in the US, making gross income annually of over 100 million US dollars. Then there's also reports that he's been sued by former employees, I don't know if one or more, for unpaid overtime. I cannot imagine that overtime salary would be so much that a company earning $100 million cannot pay. You understand? But who knows? See, there's also reports that he was in the process of building a US $37 million headquarters in the state for his company. So then, a company is earning over $100 million in the process of building a $30 million US headquarters. I am not entirely sure that Mr. Hawthorne would have been unable to meet any form of demands made by the IRS or the United States government based on the amount of income that he's making. So was the tax evasion amount so great that a company earning over $100 million a year could not deal with? You understand what I say? Reports are also suggesting that he was talking to himself and behaving weird prior to killing himself. I mean, persons never realize that and figure something wrong and try to do something. You understand what I say? So the truth of the matter is that Mr. Hawthorne has solved no problem. What he has done is actually left the burden on his family, which is very sad. You understand that? Death, suicide, no solve no problem. Actually make issues worse, because he's now having his family in grief and they will now have to deal with what he was dealing with or should have been able to deal with. I mean, it's a family business. Everybody come together and deal with it. You understand? So I cannot judge Mr. Hawthorne. He is an entrepreneurial genius, and he would have built his company from scratch with the help of his family. So he obviously knew best, but it's very unfortunate that it had to end this way. And as I said, there's no end to whatever problem existed, because him dying now fix nothing. You understand? The company is still there, his family will now be in charge, and they will have to deal with the IRS. So it is very sad, peeps. I want to take the opportunity again to say condolences to the Hawthornes, his wife Lorna, his 4 children, all his family and friends, colleagues and employees. And it is a great loss to Jamaica. It is a great loss to persons who are looking for an inspiration to know that they can make it as well. And here is a man from rural Jamaica who has come out of the country and make it big for himself and his family. Great loss, you understand? But as more information become available, I will probably talk some more about it. Condolences again. I'm out. This video was made possible through the continued generosity of my patrons. To become a patron, follow the link in the description below. Thank you for watching the video. Drop a like and a comment down below, and consider subscribing if you haven't done so as yet. Until next time, walk good.